Welcome to episode number 72 of the River City Hardball podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Gibson, where we talk baseball right here in the city of Jacksonville. And it's a great pleasure to bring on one of the big sluggers of the JU baseball team. Christian Coipel joins us tonight. Christian's coming off a terrific game at Florida State last Tuesday night in Tallahassee. Christian, welcome to the show, man. How are you?
Good. Appreciate you having me here now. Just got done with a practice not too long ago, so we're just taking it day by day here.
Christian, I would ask you what it feels like to hit a home run on the road in Tallahassee against the Seminoles, but what does it feel like to hit 3 home runs on the road in Tallahassee against Florida State?
I'm not going to lie to you, it didn't feel real at all. Like, even the first one, I was just, like, there's, like, nothing going on in my head. Like, I didn't realize what I did, and then, like, 2 hours later at the sum of the game, I'm just like standing around. I'm like that really happened. Like it hasn't hit me yet, Even now, like it still hasn't hit me at all, to be honest.
Christian, you went 3 for 5 in that game. All 3 hits were home runs. I mean, what was going through your body? What was going through your mind when you're on such a heater like that and just one game?
To emphasize the road trip, especially playing the same day, coming off the bus, you got to make sure you definitely get your stretching in, and you got to make sure you get some sort of like mobility exercises in before the game. Going into the game, as I said before, it was just clear mind, just hunting the pitch you want to see, and just driving and doing whatever you want, just throwing the head out there.
You speak about hunting the pitch that you want to see. Take me through all 3 home runs. What were you looking for in those at-bats, and what did you finally get?
In the first at-bat, I believe it was a 3-1 the first home run. It was a 3-1 count, I believe. I would have assumed that they were going to set me up like middle outside, but Carson obviously thought otherwise, and he missed his spot. When I look back into tape, it was like, it was more middle in, and when the catcher was set up middle out, he just missed a spot, and I took advantage of it. The second home run was 0-2. I was expecting an off speed, and I saw a changeup. I'm not gonna lie to you, like I was out in front a little bit, but I kept my barrel, I kept through the zone long enough to like sneak it out of there. And the third one was, I believe it was 1-1. The count was 1-1, and I knew he had a splitter going into the at-bat because from our scouting report. So I don't want to say I was sitting a splitter because I don't like to sit off speed. Like personally, for me, it messes up my timing. But I saw the pitch up, and his pitch didn't split. Like, it didn't break or anything. It just stayed up here like a leather high, and I just threw my hands at it.
I actually heard one of the commentators on the game say that was a splitter that didn't split, and he was exactly right about that. Solo shot in the 5th, a 2-run homer in the 7th, and another 2-run shot in the 9th inning. I mean, to do it against Florida State, a program like that, I mean, what does that mean to you?
It's definitely special. I didn't realize what I did. Like, I just thought it was like another day at the ballpark. Like looking back at it, and like on the bus ride back home, like all my friends and like people that I haven't talked to in years, like reaching out to me and congratulating me, like it took me a little bit to like add it up together, but especially like to emphasize that, especially against a group of guys and like I guess you could say like an elite standard, Florida State, like that's definitely special. Like it's probably gonna be the best game of my college career.
Yeah, it's hard to beat 3 home runs in one game, especially against Florida State.
Yeah.
On that 3rd home run in the 9th inning, I mean, what did you feel when you're rounding the bases, 3rd home run of the night?
I felt like numb, I guess you could I don't know how to describe it. Like it just like it was surreal. I saw the pitch coming up. I saw the flight of the ball off the bat immediately. I knew it was out. I looked into the dugout, just fired them up a little bit, and took my time trotting the bases. Getting back into the dugout, like that was probably the most electric it's been all year. So I'm glad.
And you're right. And it's one thing to hit 3 bombs in a game that you lose, but you guys won that game at Florida State 8-7. In fact, the home run that you hit, that 2-run homer in the ninth inning, ended up being the game winning run, 2 runs for you guys to win the game. So what did it feel like to be able to win the game, not just hit the home runs?
Going into the game, I had a feeling that we were going to come out on top no matter what. It was just due with time, like we've been obviously having our struggles here and there, and we definitely have been taking advantage of playing ranked opponents, because I just feel like there's a certain aspect of our game that clicks together when we're playing against a higher competition. Like it was overall, it was like a great group effort from our guys. Like we came out in the beginning of the game, we scored 2 in the first inning, then we scored another one, and we kept contributing, and we kept executing throughout the game, and that's what led to everything happening. And our pitching did well as well.
Christian, you lead the team right now in home runs with 6. You lead the team in RBIs with 20. You're also slugging over 500. What's worked so well for you individually this year?
To be honest with you, what's been working with me, I would say, is just literally taking every day by day, every pitch by pitch, every game by game, not letting things affect me personally as much. Just learning how to control the game, learning how to control outcomes. It's been definitely more of a mental grind this year. But at the end of the day, it's just, you got to take it pitch by pitch. You got to win every pitch. You just got to be locked in, focused, and controlled.
You mentioned that you guys have had some struggles this year, and also just trying to come through what this year has been like this last few years, really, with this past year being a COVID season and obviously being shortened, and then this year still dealing with the effects of COVID. I mean, what has that been like on the mindset of you guys, having to be tested all the time and all that kind of stuff? What's that been like?
Personally, for me, I'm grateful that we're even playing to even start off. But
Yeah.
There are a lot of I guess you could say problems. Like we ran into I believe 2 midweeks that have been canceled due to COVID contact tracing and all that stuff. And this upcoming week, we're supposed to have a round robin in Stetson, and that got canceled as well due to other COVID protocols. But it's just like, just making sure you're fine, making sure you're healthy, making sure you're doing what you have to do so you can provide for your team. It's not like, this isn't a time to be selfish. This is a time to put others in front of yourself. And that's one thing that I have emphasized on our guys. And everything so far has been great. Personally, for us, we haven't had any problems.
You guys, looks like you'll be having the Citadel on the road this coming week on Wednesday, and then you play at home against the Florida Gators, a team that you beat earlier this year. What are you looking forward to in this upcoming schedule?
Against Citadel, it's going to be more of a, I guess you could say, like a game that we're hunting for blood. When we last played them, we had the lead and we gave it up and we didn't execute at the end of the game, and we ended up losing it. So that's going to be more of a bloodthirst game. And against UF at home, that's going to be another blood hunt game, because we could even up the series as well against them.
Take me back to when you guys won, I believe it was the first game that you played against Florida at their new ballpark. Tell me about that win.
Everything clicked. Everything from the mound to our hitting to our execution on the field, execution off the field even. Everything just clicked for us that night. We didn't have one mistake, and if we did, we made sure that, we backed that up and we contributed even more to execute and bring more and provide more for our pitchers. That game, Tyler threw phenomenal. We took advantage of their free 90s that they gave up to us. We took advantage of especially their errors. We played a little bit of small ball here and there, and that's what also I think, made the train roll, because especially like against like a big program like that. They're not going to expect in certain situations for us to drop a bunt or do a hit and run or any of that stuff. But that night, just literally everything went our way. Everything.
You guys have won 7 games so far this year. 3 of those wins have been against Florida, Florida State, and UCF. As you mentioned before, you guys get up for those, big time, whether it be one of those teams, ACC, SEC opponents, don't you?
Correct. Yeah. Like it's just like with the older guys here, with their experiences against ranked opponents like that, and like even the regional back in 2017 in that conference tournament, it's just like it's just a built up tension to want more, and that's what we're giving off, and that's what our young guys are feeding off of. Like it's definitely like a very healthy environment to be playing around those type of those type of teams, because that's what they always bring the best out of us.
A few more minutes here with Christian Coipel, a redshirt junior first baseman out of Miami, Florida with the JU Dolphins. Christian, what's been, you can probably go back to last Tuesday when you hit those 3 home runs, but what's been your favorite moment of the season or moments of this season so far this year, personally?
I would say my favorite moment is our first sweep this year. That was my first sweep being active on the team. Let me see. There's so many.
Was that against Wofford?
Against
Yeah.
Wofford.
Scott Manzi and I did that game on the radio. That was awesome. I love to see that.
That weekend, everything went our way as well. It's just hopefully things could click like that as soon as they can. But another great moment, I would say, not this past weekend, but the weekend before. In the 6th or 7th, I hit a 2-run home run, just tied up against Stetson on a Sunday, but we ended up falling short 3-2. But just to be able to provide for the team, like there's no other better feeling for that, especially in those type of situations. Nothing beats it.
Christian, did you have anybody in particular that sent you a text or called you after the 3-homer game? Anything that stood out in your mind, like the thing that somebody said to you that really stuck with you after that 3-homer performance?
Not really. To be honest with you, like it was just more a lot of congratulations, like you earn it, like you deserve it, like from all that you've been through in the past couple of years. But one message to me was from my mom, and she told me that like God's gonna provide for you. You just gotta do your part. Just stick to your plan and your routine, and He will show you what you're gonna be grateful for.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Hey, 2 fun ones real quick before we get out of here. Do you have a favorite Major League Baseball team, a favorite player that you grew up idolizing maybe, or somebody that you've kind of modeled your game after growing up?
My favorite team is the Boston Red Sox. I've been a Red Sox fan since I was like 6 or 7, but there's a lot of guys that I have kept my eyes on growing up, like prime Jacoby Ellsbury, Dustin Pedroia. It's a lot of Red Sox guys, Mike Lowell, Kevin Youkilis. Like it's just basically like the 2004, 2007 teams from the Red Sox, really. But also like old timers like Lou Gehrig, Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio. Like those are guys that I've always grew up like reading about, and like even watching movies. Like I watched a documentary of Lou Gehrig, and like that, watching that at a young age, like just made me feel some sort of motivation and desire at such a young age. I don't feel like many players have had. There's a lot of other players out there that I love to like not compare myself to, but look at their ways and look at their aspects to try to improve my game. Like in today's game, like Bellinger, Yelich, Nelson Cruz, because Nelson Cruz is like he's super smart with hitting. I watch videos of him all the time, and like I see Cruz like talking and implementing things and talking about like his body and like his movements and certain things that makes him feel right. And that's one thing that I've taken into that's one thing I've implemented and emphasized within like maybe this past month, like mid-March, and it's made me feel so much better at the plate.
What specifically did you do to change that?
I emphasize more on my rhythm, getting the foot down earlier, and with having rhythm and getting your foot down earlier, I just feel like working from the ground up is gonna just flow for you. And that's like I'm telling you, like that's one thing you work on in the cages and you don't think in the game, and you're gonna get results like what I had on last Tuesday against Florida State. Like I'm telling you, like I was like my mind was like it was practically shut off. I don't know what else to say. Like I did not think. I didn't think of my mechanics. I didn't think of movements. I just saw the ball and I just wanted to hit it. That's it.
Sometimes that's how it works, man. You know, you just your mind shuts off and you just do what you do, and the results come out like a 3-homer performance against Florida
Yeah.
State, which is pretty awesome. Christian Coipel of the JU Dolphins joining us here on River City Hardball, presented by Collins Builders and 925 Partners Insurance. Christian, man, this was great to spend a few minutes here with you. Best of luck moving forward. I know you guys are going to get on a roll here, and congratulations on that 3-homer performance against Florida State. I wish you guys the best of luck, man.
Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it.